Rosalind Solomon's YouTube channel.
Some real wild happened
witch's
that
tree
nobody
story.
ever talk about. Some folks in the town got real spooked by some people that they thought was witches. And instead of taking them to court, they decided to do something crazy. So they got these big old bonfires going, and these witches was the main guests. And after the barbecue, they left their ashes there as a warning to anybody else that would practice witchcraft. Now here the crazy part. Where those ashes were left, these ugly, scary trees started to grow up out the ground. They grew up super fast. And you would think cutting them down would have helped, but now they just grew back even faster. And anybody who would just even try to mess with them, they would get sick. I'm talking about so sick that they'll almost leave here. And they'll have some kind of lingering health problem. Something that'll cripple them or remind them of when they were sick for the rest of their life. The trees was beyond, you can't even put them in words, you just gotta look at the pictures. Now as the time went on, the town grew and they started building new stuff. But guess what? Everybody was too scared to mess with those trees. And the kids in the town were freaked out. Anytime they came past them, they talked about ghosts. Ghosts is calling them to the trees, telling them to come closer. So here's what they did. They didn't try to destroy the trees, but they built buildings around them. And they hid these scary trees inside the buildings, surrounded by 10 feet of bricks and mortar. They even put Bibles and crosses in the bricks to keep the ghosts locked in and keep the spirits away. Maybe hoping that they'd get, some kind of rest finally. But now here's the twist. These buildings they built around these creepy trees turned out to be some well-known places in Washington, D.C. They became part of the city's history, like the Hay Adams Hotel, the Lincoln Memorial, the Federal American National Bank, and even the country's first modern art museum in the DuPont Circle Townhouse. The Hay Adams Hotel was the site of a secret political meetings during the Cold War. The Lincoln Memorial witnessed racial segregation protests. The Federal American National Bank was linked to financial scandals. In the country's first modern art museum, he had stolen artworks. Now Washington, D.C. has a secret, a real scary one, and all those famous buildings was built around these trees trying to hide them, and they still there, lurking behind the walls.